A welcome back to Manchester United, the First Division leaders, returning from a mid-season break in the Channel Islands to play Nottingham Forest, 19 places below them in the league table. And United must fancy their chances. For the last time that Forest won a league game at Old Trafford, none of the present team had been born. The United line-up wears a familiar look. 6 of this side, Stepney, Gowling, James, Morgan, Charlton and Best, have played in all their League and League Cup games this season. Sadler and O'Neill have each missed only one. The one change today from the side that put 5 past Southampton last Saturday is the return of Dennis Law, and in the form he's in, no one will argue with that. It's a sign of United's strength that as good a player as Sammy McIlroy is sitting on the subs bench. Forest, they also make only one change from last week, also relegating a promising young Irishman, in this case Martin O'Neill, to the number 12 shirt. And that lets in Neil Martin, who has himself been substitute in the last 2 games. But the man who poses most threat is unquestionably Ian Moore, a winger every First Division manager must fancy, if for nothing else than his scoring instinct. This season his total is 11, 10 in the league and 1 in the League Cup, although there you're looking, in fact, at John Robertson, wearing 8, Moore in number 11. Referee Mike Kirkhoff from Bicester, just a quick check, and we're away with Manchester United kicking off. Kidd just ahead of Tommy O'Neill. Forest have played here since the war in 14 league games, and the best they've been able to achieve is a draw on 4 occasions. 7 defeats in their last 9 games. 4 is Sammy Chapman, swept out by Lyons, and O'Kane dismissing Best. Robertson giving it to Kidd. Best away on his left and Law through the middle. Beautiful ball from Kidd, but O'Kane makes the tackle. Goalkeeper Jimmy Barron, whose father used to keep goal for Blackburn, fullback O'Kane, and here's Barron. Good header by James. Kidd. Moore playing it square for Fraser. Martin. Good covering by Morgan. And a good challenge back by Martin. Lyons. O'Kane. Willie Morgan again, and Bobby Charlton waiting. Kidd. Law wanting the long one out to the right, but it wasn't really on for Kidd. Bobby Charlton may try it. Best. Burns. Best in some little scheme of his own, making space for Burns. Gowling, and Burns again. Another packed Old Trafford and an air of expectancy. The old confidence back here at this ground. O'Kane this is. Gowling reading that well. Gowling. Law. Kidd. Best trying to move away to make space for him. Charlton and Gowling now, and Burns. A nod back from Fraser. Back Fraser. O'Neill. And a gift from Charlton as the ball went under Robertson's foot. And this is Kidd. Law calling for the long, deep one. Gowling. Willie Morgan free. Law and Best in the centre. Best's header, and it might have been better allowed to go to Law, but it was not a bad effort from George Best. Law, a yard behind him, might have had slightly the easier header. Liam O'Kane. Irish international. Martin. Richardson. Ian Moore. Now Moore testing O'Neill, hitting the cross early before O'Neill could make the tackle, but putting it behind. Richardson getting himself out of trouble skillfully. Robertson to Moore. Oh, Robertson having a nightmare out there in these opening minutes. Third time he's missed his kick. Got away by Chapman, but only to James. Gowling. James again. Burns, and now United have room to advance. This is Tommy O'Neill. Good work by Hindley. Must keep going now, and he pushed it too far, and James nipped in. Cormac to Moore. Obstruction. Morgan pleading his case, but he certainly seemed to impede Ian Moore. Moore taking the kick himself and bending it! That was a tremendous shot from Moore. Gowling. Charlton. Kidd. Bobby Charlton giving it back inside the fullback, but O'Kane was quick to turn. Burns. Kidd. Bobby Charlton. Three men in the middle, and there's Law. Really difficult to believe how he did that. Incredible off his right foot. This is Barry Lyons. Cormac is in the middle. Martin is at the back of the box, but Cormac hasn't made the centre. He has won a corner. First corner of the game going to Nottingham Forest. Nearly 13 minutes played. This is Paul Richardson to take the kick. And it dropped exactly where Martin was standing before he began to run in. Richardson to Robertson. Moore. Lyons. O'Kane. Morgan. Brian Kidd. Willie Morgan couldn't quite make it. Needed just another yard. So, a bright opening quarter of an hour, but no real threat on the Forest goal. Stepney, in the opening 15 minutes, more seriously tested with that tremendous shot from Moore, which he did very well to save. Robertson offside, and anyway the pass hit very hard. Neil Martin it was who was caught. Kidd. Morgan. Robertson. Gowling for United. Now Fraser's clearance. Cormac a bit lucky there, didn't do what he intended at all. Moore through the middle. Just couldn't take it in his stride. Francis Burns. Charlton to Best. Charlton going on into the gap. Hindley's clearance. And now Chapman. Moore. Cormac. Lobbed forward by Burns, and Best is there under it. And Hindley concedes the first Forest corner. Best to take it. 4 men in the box. Law, Charlton, Kidd and Gowling. And it's in! Dennis Law, I think, just got a touch to that tremendous swinging corner from George Best. Watch it again as it comes close to the goalkeeper, swinging in all the time, and Law just a touch. His 10th goal of the season. 1-0 to Manchester United. 17 minutes gone. 1-0 the scoreline. Morgan. Pushed on for Kidd by Morgan. Robertson, not enough weight to shift Kidd. 2 men drawn out there, if he can get the crossover now. Yes, he can. And Best was hit from behind as he was trying to control that. Took the weight of O'Kane, and that was enough to check his balance. Gowling, penalised for using his arms to get some height. That looked like a push in the back by Sadler, but unpenalised. Morgan. Best. Charlton letting it go on to Burns. Morgan again. Covers so much ground these days. Got Burns outside him, but he's looking for the middle of the park for Charlton. Gowling, Kidd, letting it go for Charlton. What a goal! Nice save on the line by O'Kane and by Chapman. Sammy Chapman, who cleared a goal really from the golden pages of Old Trafford. Really would have been something. Charlton's corner. That went off Gowling, and it's a goal kick. Hindley. Good interception by Chapman. Best. For Kidd. Burns on his left, And Best in a good position. And what a marvellous bit of work by Best. Well, if that wasn't a foul, it's difficult to see how he got down on the ground. Certainly didn't look like a dive. Best hooked that ball out of trouble in the way that only he can. And just as he seemed set for a shot, his legs went from under him. Dennis Law already beginning to think about the next one. Treatment for Best shin from Malcolm Musgrove. Alan Gowling, who won his first England under-23 cap 10 days ago, and deservedly so. So we now have a free kick for Kidd or for Charlton. Rolled for Charlton and played too far for Gowling. Goal kick. Flag for presumably offside from the... Not really been for offside, perhaps it was. Kidd to Best. Burns. Charlton out on the touchline. Best. No foul that time. Crowd didn't like it, but it was a clean tackle. Moore. And in goes Morgan. Gowling. Bobby Charlton. Great ball for Morgan. Gowling. That was the big dipper, and it dipped very late. And it was only a few inches over the bar. The defence all watching Law and Best and didn't see Gowling stealing through. Just about 9 minutes to go to half-time. Law, Best. Fraser cutting out a ball that was meant for Kidd, who was already on the move. Robertson. Richardson. Moore on his left, and a gap in front of him through the middle, which he decided he didn't want. Forest giving the ball away much too much for a side with ambitions to win at Old Trafford. Looked like a foul by Fraser. Very clumsy challenge. Found himself in the wrong place and had to use his hands. Kidd. Law. Best. And Kidd following up. Manchester United have been threatening to make the close passing in the penalty area work, and that time it did. Kidd starts it by running at the defence, gives it to Law, the little flick for Best, and Kidd is following up. 2-0 then. 2-0 to Manchester United. 7.5 minutes to go to half-time. Chapman Richardson, Lyons, O'Kane, Morgan, Martin chasing but hasn't got the speed. Hindley. Flag for offside. Sadler's free kick, hanging for Kidd. Best. Into space for Burns, but the angle wasn't wide enough. O'Kane. Beautifully controlled by Charlton. Best. That really didn't work at all. Gowling. Sadler. Ryan Kidd, Best on his own in the middle there, and tucked through superbly for Law, and O'Kane has given away a corner quite unnecessarily, trying to play it back to Barron. Dennis Law so sharp and alert these days, and his fellow forwards feeding him so well. United's fifth corner to be taken by George Best. Law going to meet it, it's missed him out, and Kidd is there. And the big ooh was the swinger from Best, that the crowd thought might just dip into the far top corner. Five minutes to go to half-time. Richardson for Forest. And he won that from Gowling as Gowling showed him the ball. Moore. Sold a good dummy there, and that's one for Cormac. Simply taken goal by Peter Cormac. All the work done for him by this man, Ian Moore. Sells the dummy. Two men think he's going right. He goes left and pulls it there for Cormac. And that's now 2-1. 2-1 to United. 4 minutes to go to half-time. Peter Cormac's fifth goal of the season. Law impeded by Fraser. And Fraser is going to be booked. Law pleading Fraser's case. And Charlton too. Fraser suggesting that he just couldn't get out of the way. Law there apologising to Fraser or commiserating with him. Clear what the players thought of that. Charlton. That free kick hit not very hard against the legs of the wall. Willie Morgan to Burns. Flag was up for offside. This is O'Kane. O'Kane making the break. Good interception by Sadler. Charlton. Kidd is out on the right. Moore. Charlton beaten by Richardson, going back again. Twisted his ankle a bit in the final challenge from Moore. O'Neill. Gowling. Best being chased all the way by Richardson. Burns. Best. Law and Kidd waiting in the penalty area. Gowling. Offside. The look of a man who's been given offside before and knows that there really isn't any point in arguing. Morgan. Superb control by Morgan, having an outstanding game. Gowling. Linesman flagged for offside. Referee overruled it. That applause for Alan Gowling, well deserved. Moore. And the whistle for half-time at the end of what's been a very entertaining half, with a lot of interesting academic football played, not a great deal of passion. The booking of Fraser quite out of character with the first half, in which we had goals from Dennis Law and Brian Kidd for Manchester United, and a reply for Peter Cormack, which would at least keep Forest's spirits above the watermark as they go into half-time with this scoreline. Manchester United 2, Nottingham Forest 1.
British Railways have asked us to announce that they will run a special train to Ipswich on the 18th of December. This will leave from Piccadilly Station in Manchester, arriving at Ipswich at 1 o'clock. The fare is £2. There's no reductions for children. Full details can be obtained from Piccadilly Station. The next First Division match at Old Trafford is on Monday, the 27th of December. The kick-off is 3 p.m. and the visitors are Coventry City. Admission to this match will be by ticket only, and full selling arrangements can be found on page 2 of today's programme. The FA Youth Cup replay versus Everton will take place at Goodison Park this coming Tuesday, the 7th of December. The kick-off is 7:30. The next match at Old Trafford is...
So it's Nottingham Forest in the white shirts who get us away in the second half, trailing by 2 goals to 1. And Bobby Charlton here looking for a quick chance to make it 3. Kidd! They really don't come very much easier than that, although certainly Brian Kidd finished it off well after Bobby Charlton had squared a ball to him that found him in plenty of space, and so Manchester United lead by 3 goals to 1. Brian Kidd takes his total for the season to 8, and Nottingham Forest are back deep in trouble. 15 seconds of the second half gone, and the ball already in the net. Charlton, Richardson, Roberts, Lyons, okay. Good tackle by Burns. Chapman poking it forward again, but too hard. O'Kane. Cormac. Lyons. Moore in the middle. Stepney probably unsighted. Shot from Lyons sent Stepney scrambling across his goal. Suspect he didn't see it until it was past the defender in front of him. For the last 5 minutes or so, the game played almost at walking pace by both sides, and that very much in United's favour when they lead 3-1. Best. Really inviting Hindley to come and get it if he can. Eventually it takes 3 men, and Robertson the last of them. Moore. Sadler cuts it out with ease. Gowling to Law. Back off for Gowling, and Charlton out on the left. Now Forest. Cormac, Martin, it's Richardson. Moore. Ian Moore still going. And again one of those bending shots, that time not curved enough, and Forest want to make a substitution. They're bringing on Martin O'Neill, and it's not yet clear who they're going to take off. But O'Neill has gone on, and I suspect it's Robertson who'll come off, the young Scots boy. Sympathetic applause for a youngster who's worked hard through this game without making any really positive contribution. Chapman to O'Kane. Moore. And again he tries. Really hits him. Best. Richardson. This is the substitute O'Neill. And that was a good break. And he scored! Martin O'Neill making himself look a very good £15,000 worth indeed. Watch him now as he gets the ball through the middle, sells the dummy and goes away and plants it underneath Stepney. A very well taken goal indeed. 3-2 now to Manchester United, and O'Neill, in only his 4th game in league football, scores his 2nd goal and makes Manchester United go again. Best really hit there after he parted with that. The pattern here, repeating the pattern of the Leicester City game, almost goal for goal. Moore. No matter what the distance, no matter what the angle, this man is always trying. Ian Moore, just a short back lift and a real crack there with his right foot. Only the second Forest corner. Cormac couldn't control it. Best playing it on for O'Neill, for Morgan rather. Cormac. And now George Best. To Bobby Charlton. Dowling on his left. Now going ahead of him. Lyons. And suddenly Forest, as Leicester, rejuvenated by a goal. Headed away by James to Kidd. Chapman. Cormac back to Chapman. And suddenly it's all Forest. James a good header. It's come out to O'Neill. No obstruction. Bobby Charlton. The game alive again. Charlton giving it back. Ryan Kidd, Morgan on his right. And Barron down to cover comfortably. And Moore in the middle again, and Stepney just punches it out. It was from Burns. Anyway, the whistle had gone. It was offside. With the United defence all in a tangle there. Nobody knew what to do. An astonishing reflex stab out by Stepney.
Mr. W. Bailey, the Oxford Hotel, Bexley Square, Salford Street.
Charlton, and Loy's onside.
Mr. Bailey, the Oxford Hotel.
Quick bit of thinking by Charlton, put Law away there. Less than 3 minutes to go now. Kidd for United. Slipping it on for Law, almost crept round the back of Hindley again. Lyons. Lyons beating Dowling in the tackle. Dowling getting back, but Moore again. And O'Neill. Forest making it up as they went along then, and they almost made it succeed. Morgan to Charlton. Asking a lot of O'Neill, that pass. Cormac. Richardson has gone forward. This is O'Neill. Now Lyons. Chapman. Forrest throwing everything in. Cormac falls as he'd set it up. But still Forrest. Okay. Martin's header away by O'Neill. Lyons. And Fraser eventually lets them down by giving the ball away when United were pinned back. We've now got 60 seconds plus injury time to go. Bobby Charlton, Morgan, and that's a corner. Corner number 10 for Manchester United. Defenders going in too close. Mr. Kirkhoff pulling them back out. Best and Morgan together. This is Best. And Morgan's move made the space at the byline, but a corner again. And we're now in injury time. United try the move again. And again Morgan makes it work. And again it's a corner. Well, United will contentedly play out time like this. Ball's at the right end as far as they're concerned. Shall we dance? Best to Gowling. Law. Tried to swivel and shoot in the same movement and got underneath it. And it looks as though Forest impetus has run down at the last, and United have held out, but the whistling from their supporters, just a little sign of anxiety. Morgan. Burns. Best. Two men queuing up on the far post. Now he might find one. Couldn't get it through. It wanted the lob. They were just waiting with the net empty in front of them. And on that note, the game ends. Manchester United continue to set the standards for the rest, and yet they do it in a fashion that makes one have just a tiny doubt. Very difficult to express doubts against a side who have scored 3, 3, 3, 5 and 3 in their last 5 league games, and yet twice now we've seen them let a side back into the game. Nevertheless, they've done it again, with goals from Law and 2 by Kidd against replies from Cormack and Martin O'Neill for Nottingham Forest. To give us this final scoreline, Manchester United 3, Nottingham Forest 2. And you have to say that whatever the way it was achieved, it was a victory for Manchester United. 2 valuable points given extra value by the news from Derby that Manchester City had been beaten. So it's a red weekend in Manchester this weekend. But now let's have a look and see how the other Reds did, the Reds from Merseyside. Liverpool were at Ipswich. We'll see the highlights of that game with commentator Jerry Harrison.
Here's Hunter. Difficult one for Miller, but he gets there. Now Harper. Keegan, a nice head down to Boersma. Good tackle from Hunter. Keegan again, though. Through ball meant for Boersma. Jefferson there checking it. Good round of applause for Jefferson. Now Hill, a little bit of space to control. Difficult one for Robertson. Play on, says the referee. It's Hughes now changing it to Highway here, who's come over to this right-hand side. Highway always, pretty well always, anyhow on the flanks to give himself just that little bit more room and a chance to run at defenders. Now Lawler, the right back, going out. Whitham's over there for the cross, but the flag has gone up. The flag had gone up, and now the game has stopped. So, Laurie Sybil's kick, 8 minutes into the game. Up goes Miller. Nice touch onto Hill. Hill with a little bit of space in front of him. On his left goes Belfoot, trying to take a defender away. Changing it to Robertson. He's got Lindsay up against him now, with Hughes coming in to support him. Robertson going on his own. Oh, and a good shot. Good effort from Robertson's left foot, but well covered by goalkeeper Clements. Jefferson getting up. Touched on by Collard. It's Ross now. Hughes just inside him. Here's Hughes to Keegan. Miller chasing him. Keegan, tremendous acceleration, but he's not getting past Robertson. And he gets a free kick as well. So for this free kick from Lindsay, it's Boersma over the far side. Lawler, the right back's crept up. He's a tremendous power in the air, but Keegan trying to flick the short one on, not a good one. Jefferson away. To Hill, he's all on his own, he needs support. And Ross is fast in there, and a free kick given against that one. Although it looked as if he played the ball first. Hammond to Robertson. Hammond going again. Robertson going again past him. Hammond with a cross. Clements is underneath it. Belfoot too, but it's gone over. It had already gone over the line. Well, Belfoot, his 5th game for Ipswich. 2 goals to his credit so far. Clements has had a lot of ankle trouble from the last fortnight, and we'll have to see during the course of the game whether it recurs. Another good kick. Belfoot headed downhill, trying to give him a return. Belfoot in a good position, a good ball. Jefferson, oh, and a good shot. When 2 or 3 players went to the far post, he tried a shot to the near post. Good long kick this time. Jefferson there. Misses trap, and Whittam's going again. Whittam with a chance here. Sybil here. Good block. Whittam again. It had gone off, though. The linesman flag was up. Good bit of blocking by Laurie Sybil, but an error in the end by Jefferson almost put him in trouble.
Well, no goals at half-time then. This Ipswich defence these days, very tight, giving very little away. Let's see how Liverpool do as we rejoin them in the second half.
Collard, but only to Hughes now. Lawler. Another good one from Lawler. Strangely wasted ball. And another wasted ball from Collard, and it's Lindsay. The free time, highway against Hammond. Past Hammond. And now Hughes again to Smith. Liverpool pushing up in more numbers now. Plenty of space over that right for Boersma and Callaghan. Hunter gets it, but Whittam's still there. Whittam with a header, and just on top of the bar. And that's the closest that Whittam has been all game, and indeed the closest that Liverpool have been. And in a mess, those two. The bouncing ball in the air, not an easy one, I know, but defenders have only got one chance to get that away, and Whittam almost got it in the net. Collard with a missed trap, and it almost puts Whittam again in possession, but Hunter to Robertson. Down the line for Belfoot, touched inside for Hill. He's onside. Hill going for this one. Well, another good save from Clements. And you can put anything at this fellow, and he seems to be there with time and absolutely ease of save. Corner number 2 then to Ipswich. Hill's on the goal line, it's beyond him. Belfait gets up. Miller coming in on it, hooked away by Boersma.
So a point from a goalless game at Portman Road. Those pictures came from Anglia Television, where the director was Len Keynes and the commentator Jerry Harrison. That's all we have for you this week. We hope you'll join us again at 2 next Sunday afternoon. Till then, goodbye.